Welcome, Totem Pole Nation. It's Lambo's World of Sports. It's presented to you by Sideline Sports Network. It's going to be the preview of the Big Ten. Like I said, we are exactly 10 days away from the first game of college football, which is I think it starts on August 26th. I'm going to go over this Big Ten preview. Who's the best teams out of Ohio State, Penn State, and Michigan? Obviously, as of the last 3 years, Michigan has been the best team in the Big Ten. Michigan is returning all their starters. Jim Harbaugh is not being suspended for 4 games no more, so he will coach a full season. Um, Michigan is the most dominant team on the line of scrimmage. They got all the receivers. J.J. McCarthy, I think, is probably one of the best quarterbacks in that conference as well. Michigan is number 2 ranked overall in the polls. They will compete to win a national championship. It's a possibility. They only lost to TCU. They lost 1 game last year. They went undefeated to the regular season, lost 1 game. They were Big Ten champs last year. They beat the University of Iowa, I think, last year. They beat Ohio State 2 years in a row. So Michigan is getting a lot of hype this year. Jim Harbaugh has really turned around the program since being the head coach in 2015. I have sole faith in J.J. McCarthy. I think Michigan is the best team in the Big Ten in this Big Ten as of right now. Expanding with the 18 teams that are going to have by 2024 is going to be an expansion of 18 teams. But as of right now, Michigan takes over the Big Ten. Now, I'm going to be talking about Penn State real quick. Penn State is a very good football program under head coach James Franklin, who was hired as the head coach in 2014. His record overall is 78-36 for coaching in the past 9-10 years. Now, I know Penn State doesn't really get talked about a lot because, one, the last due to the COVID year they struggled, and then 2021, they kind of struggled as well. Like in 2020, they were 4-5 during the COVID period. And in 2021, they were 7-6, and then last year, surprisingly, Penn State was 11-2. Penn State was a sleeper team. Nobody really watched Penn State last year. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch Penn State last year either. They were 11-2 last year, and they won the Rose Bowl. But there's going to be some quarterback changes. Sean Clifford is no longer, their quarterback. So their quarterback named Drew Allar will be the regular season quarterback. He will start for Penn State this season, but also the other quarterback is Bo Pribula. Will get some opportunities as well to mix up, the offensive play calling as well. But Drew Allar will take control of the offense. So that is the new quarterback. Having a new quarterback in the new system at Penn State is going to be a lot of different things that they have to change up with. They had previously Sean Clifford at quarterback, and they got to change it. They really have to change it. So when Penn State struggle, maybe they'll struggle a little bit. I think Penn State will probably have about 10 wins and 3 losses. As well. So Penn State with a quarterback change. Who's their wide receiver depth? They need more on the running back depth. Is the offensive line good and consistent? But I'm very, very, high on Penn State when it comes to that defense as well. So Penn State has a lot of work to do. They have a lot to cover, but I think James Franklin will chop some things up as well. With Ohio State University. Now, I know there's a lot of things going on with Ohio State. Ohio State lost to Michigan 2 years in a row. C.J. Stroud goes to the NFL. Their quarterback battle is going to be Kyle McCord and Tristan Gebba, or Kyle McCord and Devin Brown will compete for the starting job as of right now for quarterbacks. So to be honest, in this quarterback situation, you lose C.J. Stroud. Marvin Harrison Jr., I think, will be returning. He got injured last year in the game before the championship game last year. So Brian Day is 45-6. And also you need to fire that man. So I think how good the quarterback is going to be a tough one as well. Their offensive line is great. Their defense needs a little bit of work sometimes, but I think their defense has been better and consistent overall at the same time. So with Ohio State, I got Ohio State being 11-1. They're going to lose to Michigan again. Depending on the quarterback situation. But I think these quarterbacks have potential. I'm not sleeping on them at all. But the best team, like I said, is Michigan. But with Ohio State, Ryan Day being 45-6, they'll easily win 11 games with their schedule. So we'll see how that goes along the lines. But, yeah, that's it for Lambo's World of Sports presented by Sideline Sports Network. Ohio State's going through a quarterback change, and Penn State. Michigan has the same quarterback, same roster, great coach. He's beat Ohio State 2 years in a row. He will do it the third year in a row. Totem Pole Nation, we'll be catching you later